Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Okay, so I have this beautiful magical box before me. What could possibly be in it? Okay, to be fair, you guys probably already know what's in it because, you know, the thumbnail probably gave it away, but you know what? It's fun to pretend because from my perspective, we haven't opened it yet. So the reason that this box is covered in stickers is simply to hide my address. That's the only reason that it's like that, is to hide the shipping label. But I also kind of love the way it looks, and I'm honestly thinking about keeping the box simply because I did this. So yeah, maybe I'm a little crazy. So today we're going to be unboxing the Oracle of Many Paths by James R. Eads. I'm not really sure how to say his last name. But this deck, okay, first of all, I've already technically opened the box. As you can see here, I've already opened it. I took all the plastic off of everything, but I haven't really looked at the deck. Like, I haven't really looked at it. So if you guys are like, oh my gosh, Amelia, this isn't really your first impression, it kinda is, sort of. I do know about the contents of it, and I will walk you through all the emotions I felt the first time opening it. I opened it, I think, on my birthday. I feel like it came on my birthday, so that was actually really cool. But, yeah, so we're going to be opening it together, looking at all the cards together. Now, if you're wondering who James is, he is a tarot deck creator. He made the Prismavisions tarot, which I don't have, but I know a lot of people liked it. And then there are also a bunch of other, like, Mira Visions, Night Visions. Like, he has a bunch of different decks that, like, he's made. He's also made, like, the Green Glyphs tarot and the is it, like, there's like a Lenormand and a rune deck. Honestly, he's made a lot of stuff, and I have wanted to purchase his decks before, but for whatever reason, I don't have any of them. I mean, okay, there are a few reasons. The first being financials. A lot of the decks, I mean, since they're indie, are very difficult for me to get my hands on because of affordability, which was a huge thing. My life has since taken a different, like, a different path, if you will, and so it has been more feasible for me to get my hands on some of these indie decks, but I totally understand anybody who struggles to do so, who, like me, just spent forever watching YouTube to look at the decks, ogle them, and know deep down that you'll never get them. So I totally get it, guys, and I've been there. But I was able to get this one, and I'm really glad that I was able to back it on Kickstarter. And I kind of forgot what was going to be in this box, aside from the deck itself, obviously. So it's super fun. We'll kind of go into it. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that who the creator was, and in case you guys have those decks. I think Prismavisions is mass market, I believe. So, or at least I know you can get it on Amazon. And I think it's relatively affordable. But it's one of those decks that, like, for whatever reason didn't appeal to me. I don't know why. But yeah. So before we really launch into it, guys, I wanted to say hi, my name is Amelia. If you want to know anything more about me, you can check out my website. I put the links in the description. I am a tarot reader and a creator and a writer, so yeah, if you want to check out any of my works, I have those, but let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so first of all, this is so off topic, but I have this little frog sticker here, and I only chose it because it matches my new frog ring, which I don't know if you guys can really see that on camera or not. But yeah, I just had to match it, so I don't know. But one of the reasons I put all this stuff back in the box, because yeah, there's a lot of stuff actually inside this box. And also, I really liked this, like, packaging tape. It's, like, very custom. I don't really know if it's, like, from the Oracle or not, and now I've covered up a lot of it because of the stickers, but I thought it was really cute and sweet, so I kind of kept it. So let's go ahead and open it. I did struggle the first time to open a lot of things on this deck, so watch me struggle again. Okay. Whoops. So, inside, we have a lot of goodies. Let me see if I can bend this more. So, we obviously have, like, this little Prismavisions card, a little QR code on the back, a little thank you card, which is very sweet. Alright, this is where I was shocked. When I first opened this box, I was only expecting the tarot deck, to be honest. And there were all these cute little things, like, this is like a little bookmark, I believe. I haven't actually opened it, So I'm gonna open it now. Oh my god, wait. Oh, there's stickers. This is not a bookmark. Oh no, it's stickers. So you can put them inside a book and then like claim it. Okay, that's really cool. I did not know about that. I'm sure all of this was discussed on the Kickstarter and like when they reached their funding goals. And I'm gonna be so honest, I don't read those. I just back the Kickstarter for the deck and I don't think about the add-ons as much. Yeah, I just didn't expect any of this. We'll open this in a second. We have this cute little print. It's kind of like on a postcard. I think I'm gonna like hang it up somewhere because that looks gorgeous. All right, and then we have the box. So let me get this out and knock everything down in the process. I'm gonna set this stuff probably back in the box. And this honestly excited me so much. I had no idea what this was. I was like, what even am I looking at? And it's a coin. It's a cute coin that says like, yes, go, or no, stay. And it has like the mountains on this side and a sailboat on this side. This is so cool, a little divination coin. So I don't really use divination coins, but this has made me want to start using divination coins, and not just this kind, but like maybe like something that's more akin to rune stones maybe. I do have like some rune things. You can actually see these are like little witches runes, but I mostly just use them to like hone in on a certain energy or to like put them out as like decorative elements. These are made by a friend of mine who did a lot of resin projects for a while, and so she gifted those to me. And I do have like the Nordic runes, but I've never studied the Nordic runes. But this is kind of like making me want to, just with the coin itself, but I think I almost like the coins more than the runes. But yeah, so this was so cool, and I'm so excited to have this. Alright, so here is the box. Like I said, apparently I don't do enough research on Kickstarter because I was so confused as to how to open this thing, and it literally opens like this. I don't know if you can see the foiling. It says, there are many paths with many forks, all of which have led you here. There's like a cool design. And then on the bottom, it says, this is an oracle for those who seek reflection. This is a compass for those who seek guidance. And this is a map for those who seek adventure. Like, that is so cool. That is like, this box is awesome. I didn't expect, oh, okay, maybe I did expect this. I think I did expect this, but I didn't expect it to be in the box, I guess. So I'm gonna like take this off for a second and pull out the map. So this is the complete map artwork. You're not gonna be able to see all of it on camera, I know, but it's really cool. Okay. You're not gonna be able to see it all, but it's like the whole artwork. And what I love is that all the cards are different moments here. Like a really obvious one, I think, is this one here, which looks like the 5 of Wands. That's like a really obvious moment where there's like cards. Or like the 3 of Swords. Like that's really obvious. But a lot of them aren't entirely that obvious to me. And like it's just this whole beautiful world. I love it. And then on the back, there is like this, I don't even know, like a compass with like these different runes and symbols, and honestly I'm kind of like, this would be great for scattering runes, or my divination coin. I don't know, I'm gonna find a way to use it because that looks so epic. But this was so cool to find inside of the box. So bringing this back, okay, trying not to like squish my little flower. Okay, so here's the guidebook. I don't know if I love the texture. It almost hurts my eyes because it's kind of like a weird wavy thing. Can you hear that? It's like a, I don't know what this texture is. I know I've experienced it in my life before, but it bothers me. I think it's because it looks kind of like this old couch my parents had that looked like it was straight out of the 90s. Probably because it was. I mean, it was a couch that they had when I was growing up, and I don't know what this texture is, but it almost like gives me chills. But I do have to admit, it's a beautiful guidebook. I have not yet cracked it open, so we're going to set it off to the side for now because I know y'all are here for the cards, and we will be using the guidebook a little bit. So I'm going to put it off to the side. They have these nice finger tabs to pull this up, and this is the deck. So I'm gonna set this big boy aside. I'm probably going to keep it, like, keep this box with the cards and the book on my shelf, so it'll sit like that. But I love that I could, like, take this with me, like it's portable. I have to admit, the quality is amazing. Like, the quality on all of this is stunning. The add-ons are awesome. I am not gonna lie, I think this is one of my most luxurious decks that I own. And again, coming from a person who hasn't purchased very many indie decks, who hasn't used Kickstarter a ton until this year. I've actually never used Kickstarter until this year. This was the second deck I believe I ever backed. The Endless Tarot was the first one I ever backed, and I have a video about that, my last video. And then I have since backed a couple other things on Kickstarter. Obviously, I've opened the doors to a big financial problem for me, but it is what it is, right? My wallet will not thank me, but my soul will, okay? So, I do have now a few more indie decks. My very first indie deck was the Arcana Isis Sakura from Tina Gong, or like Labyrinthos Tarot, and that one, I was like, this is drop dead gorgeous, it's luxurious, and it was, you know, pricey for me at the time. I don't even remember how much it cost, but like, I know I keep mentioning other decks, but for me, these indie decks, these like really luxurious decks, were not something I could have. Mass Market was my go-to, and Mass Market just doesn't necessarily have the same effort and quality. And that's not to say that all indie decks are like high quality, because they're not, and it obviously depends on budget and whatnot, but this deck stunned me. So, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm gushing, but look at this cute tuck box. I will say, this is like a rose petal, maybe? Like a matte rose petal finish. Beautiful tuck box. Problem, and you'll probably see it. I had trouble opening it. I did better this time. Okay, I actually had a lot of trouble opening it, and I was so worried about tearing the box, and I had to have my husband help me, and he was struggling, and like we were just really struggling to open it. It was like crisp, fresh. So, yeah. The inside of it is also decorated. It's amazing. So let's pull these out. Okay, like, I don't know if you can see in there, but it's, like, decorated on the inside as well. So, keep moving that out of the way. The sides are this beautiful green gilding. It is so pretty. So pretty. And look at these backs. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. It is just gorgeous. I like that technically you won't be able to have reversals per se, but I don't hold my cards that way anyway, and I think if I held it like this, I wouldn't even know, unless I was really staring at it. So, like, I like that you almost can get away with it, like, being, like, a reversal that you don't notice or whatever. But it's beautiful. So, I'm going to flip it around. We're going to look at the cards. I might have to zoom in a little bit. If need be, we'll look at the guide. Oh, you know what? We should open the guidebook first. Sorry, you guys are probably like, oh my god, stop. I also watch unboxing videos and videos about tarot. And let me tell you, when people are like, let's look at the guidebook, I'm like, no, how could you? We have our map again. Oh, pretty. Okay. I don't want to read all this on camera. I think I'm going to read it to myself later. One thing I'm really bad about, actually, is reading guidebooks. People put work and effort into these guidebooks, and I'm going to be honest, ooh, this looks helpful. Okay, this is talking about how different paths mean different things. Like a spiraling path is avoidance, an interrupted path is obstacles. That looks really cool. But no, I'm very, very bad at reading through guidebooks, even though most decks come with guidebooks. And I think it's because I, again, purchased a lot of Mass Market, and a lot of them were little white books, the LWBs, right? That don't really provide much, and I honestly got more out of studying tarot on my own, learning meanings on my own, rather than using the little white book. But because of that, it's really hindered me when it comes to guidebooks, that I just don't read them. And some guidebooks I would read and they were like too easy. They didn't really add anything to me or to the reading. And so I think this one will actually add something, but at the same time, I have a problem with not reading guidebooks, and I'm trying to be better. Like, I know that I just got back onto YouTube and stuff, but I've already set up, like, a yearly goal for myself, which apparently will end in November. So it's like a whole, I don't know, kind of a wonky time to start something new, but I want to start reading guidebooks more when I'm working with the decks. So rather than just giving myself a reading, I am going to be pulling guidebooks more, and we'll talk more about that in like a different video when I update you on my practice. But here we have like the card, we have numerology, the keywords. I do like this, that the paths are mentioned here. So if like, I mean, we haven't looked at the magician card, but it says curving and disappearing. And so I'm assuming you can look at the curving path and the disappearing path and kind of gain something from that. There's the meaning, and then this is really interesting. There's like lore for each one. I'm not going to read it. You guys can if you want, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait till I pull out a card. I'm going to see if there's anything else in here. Okay, yeah, it's basically just like classic guidebook. I will open that again as we start looking at the cards. So, move that over there. Okay. So let's turn these babies around. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to adjust my camera. There we go. All right, so readjusted the camera. Guys, I don't have an amazing camera. I have a very cheap camera that my parents graciously bought for me back in like 2016, 2017 when I was in high school and I took a photography class. So, yeah, it's not the best. And I probably need to upgrade, but look, I'm just now able to get indie decks, okay, guys? I'm not ready to get a camera yet. Anyway, so here we go. I am already in love with the Fool. This is great because, for one, well, it's interesting because you don't actually have character names on these. It's numbers, so you kind of just have to know, which I'm interested to see how that goes with the minors, because it is called the Oracle of Many Paths, but it's set up like a tarot deck, so I think you could kind of use it both ways if you really wanted to. But what I love about the Fool here is that it's like, you know, a branching path, and you have to pick. Like, you have to pick where you're going. This is the start of the journey. This is the signpost telling you which way to go, if you're able to read it and whatnot, if there is a sign for you. And I love this so much. This is so cute for the Fool, and it makes so much sense. Beautiful opening, honestly, for this deck. And the art is very, very pretty. I think my problem with Prismavisions, the reason I never purchased Prismavisions was because I felt like the art style, which is more, okay, I'm so sorry to James if he sees this, don't let him see this part. I don't know what this art style is called, but it feels like little dots. I don't know what it is. It's not pointillism because, like, I don't think Prismavisions was, but it gives me that same impression, that same vibe. And this feels a little less busy than Prismavisions, which I had a hard time looking at and viewing. Granted, I only ever saw pictures of it online. I've never actually seen Prismavisions in person, but maybe it's easier to read in person, but online I found it very difficult. Here, I actually don't find this difficult at all. I think the numbers are a little difficult, but they are foiled, so I think that can help. But yeah, really like that interpretation of the Fool. The Magician is interesting, and I think I am going to open the guidebook for this one because this looks like waves. Like you're going down this like spiraling path, and then there's like a city in the background. And I only know about the city thing, I think I only paid attention to the city, not because it's in the background, but because it said so in the guidebook. It mentioned the underground city, and I think I probably wouldn't have really given my attention to it per se, had I not already seen the guidebook. But let's see. So I'm going to do the meaning, and then I'm going to do the point of interest in the lore, so these two things. So the meaning here with the Magician is, when you're unsure of the path to follow, follow the path of the imagination. Paths can be manifested and paths can be created. Your creativity is your voice against destruction. The Magician knows that new opportunities are often self-created. Sorry, I couldn't read for a second. Imagine where you want to be and then go there. I actually love that as an interpretation for the Magician. It almost takes a more unique way of looking at the Magician that applies 100%, but like it's not what we normally think of. Like when we normally think of the Magician, I think we normally think about having all the tools at your disposal to manifest your reality, to create what you want, etc. to be the magician of your life. And I think this is the same thing, but it's more about imagination and creativity, and I actually really, really like that. And it also does not mention having tools needed to go forward. Point of interest is the underground city. It says lore. The underground city was created by a panel of magicians. They say it was built in 6 days and still functions the same as it did the very day it was created. It's been over 200 years since the city was created. So I assume that's part of the greater story of the Oracle of Many Paths, which we're not going to be covering today. It's something that I think I would have to like read to really understand and really get through. So let's go to the next card. Aw, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's like sailboat, but then also like mushrooms like making a sailboat. Interesting. I don't know how that relates to the High Priestess per se, but okay, maybe I will look. Maybe I will. I don't know, does it explain? I don't really feel like the magician totally explained the idea behind it, but let's see what the High Priestess says. So this says ending. Oh, okay, I see, because the path is there, and it goes to the end. I want to see what that means. Oh, went too far. The High Priestess knows of paths hidden deep in the mind. You are your mind. The world around you, the paths, the forks and bends, your history, this is reality. All of reality exists in your mind as tangible paths. Tangle. Pfft. Guys, I have mild dyslexia. I'm so sorry. I'm not doing this justice. Don't let me read out loud ever. All of reality exists in your mind as a tangle of paths. Calm your mind. Take the boat across the pathless sea. It is open and free, and so are you. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. I actually do like that, I guess, like, depiction or, like, that way of thinking about it. What's incredibly interesting to me is that James is definitely diving a bit more and expanding on the cards in a way that I feel like we don't often see. And I've noticed that with the tarot, I've been craving things that take a different approach to it, that expand on my knowledge of the tarot rather than limiting itself to what we normally think of as, like, classic tarot depictions, classic tarot meanings. Like, I know that there are multiple systems of tarot, but I'm super familiar with the RWS system, the Rider-Waite-Smith system, and I tend to pick decks for that. I have Thoth-based decks, and I don't do them justice, I know, but it's because I don't really know the Thoth system very well. It's something that I have meant to study, but have yet to actually study, and again, that's a goal of mine in the new year. But outside of the systems, I think when it comes to the RWS itself, when we see decks based on the RWS, they don't often expand on the RWS meanings. And I feel like this one is really, really taking a leap into alternative meanings, while still remaining true to the energy of the card. It's like branching out in the most beautiful way. The 3 here with the Empress, that's really pretty. And then we have the 4, the Emperor, and a Tower. I do like that a lot. This definitely feels very Hierophant to me. I think because it could be like a big church, a cathedral. It's like an organization. Hierophant to me is very community focused, so I see that. Okay, I think that's like a heart, maybe. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at for the Lovers. I'll look real quick. Yep, it's a heart. Okay. Yeah. And kind of like my Endless Tarot, I'm not going to be reading every single card. I think it's honestly nice just to really look at it, just appreciate the art, have your own interpretations, especially when it's your first impression. What I do love is seeing the paths very clearly on every card and seeing where they go and, you know, kind of thinking about what it could mean for that particular card. I believe, isn't 9 the Hermit? Or am I crazy? This is not what I would expect for a Hermit, actually, but I think I will go through the guidebook and, like, really sit with it, maybe, because you guys know Hermit is, like, my favorite card. I love the Hermit, and I think the Hermit is, I guess it's because I relate to the Hermit. I think that's, like, when I think of the journey that is the Hermit, what the Hermit represents. I think of myself and my spiritual journey, and I think I would need to sit with this one because it doesn't automatically pull me in like, yeah, this is the Hermit. And it's not saying it's wrong or bad. I just think I would need to sit with it a little bit to figure out what this means. And I think what will help is seeing all these different pathways, especially this part here where it ends, turns into a spiral, but also forks. Like, there's a lot happening. So that would be really cool to, like, dive into, I think. Oh my. I love the colors. It's so cool that, like, they create a map, and I almost want to lay the deck out to create the map, but I know that would be so time consuming and so challenging, but oh so cool, right? Like, that would be so cool. So card 13 being death, but there's like 2 portals and then the one that has the pathway going ahead, which is kind of interesting. Again, like, I think it needs more, like, you know, look at it, right? 14, all these paths, it's like a maze. Is 14 the temperance? Yeah, I always forget what temperance is. Sorry, guys. I definitely think it's hard not having the name on the card, but it will really force me to, you know, figure it out. Because let me tell you, the sun and the moon, I always flip the numbers around. I know what they are in order, but, like, when I have to think about it, I always mess it up. Oh, I like this one for, like, the devil. It's pretty cool. Tower. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, like, the star does not automatically feel like stars to me, but it does feel very interesting. We had the moon and the sun, and I like that the moon and the sun are obvious because I get those two always mixed up when it comes to their number anyway. So, the star is strange being the... Hold on. Hold on. I must know. Okay. In a moment of absolute despair, when the path has become too long to bear and the end is nowhere near, the star shoots upwards into the sky, lighting the straightforward path ahead. The serpent of many worlds is said to have been the original creator of the entire universe. When she is seen, it is considered to be a very good omen. The portal that manifests around her only opens for a few moments, but it is said to lead to paradise if you can jump in fast enough. Okay, well, at least the story lore elements make sense, because I was like, why is it like a little snake? That's alright. Okay. 20. Interesting. Okay. You know, I feel like I say interesting, you know, and you guys are like... You hear, like, I don't know, when I go back and edit and I'm like, that's all I hear is I'm like, oh, that's all you had to say about the card. Okay. And the world. Okay, and now we're in the wands. Oh, okay, so that's, yeah, so it's gonna have all these numbers, which is great for numerology. I just don't know enough about numerology. So, not knowing enough about numerology definitely might affect me. Hopefully, I am hoping all the cards are very clear about the number of wands or pentacles or whatever they have on them, because otherwise it's going to be difficult to read. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Okay. I love the concept. I have fears. I love that the Three of Wands is the 3 sailboats. That makes sense. I love that it's the sailboats. I love that that's what it's depicted. I feel like that's pretty classic. However, will I know that this is the 3 of Wands in a reading? I'm not certain. I'm not entirely certain, so we'll see. Like, I can see the vision. Whether or not I will get mixed up in a reading is yet to be known. I feel like I would love to use this deck for clients, but I think I'm going to have to do it alone for a while to make sure I'm understanding it. And I think it's kind of like along the same vein of like the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot, which I have. Love that deck. I do use it for clients, but every time I do, I have to sit down before the reading and look at the different suits, where it's like strength, wisdom, charisma, intelligence, I think. I have to look at the suits, and then I have to, like, remember which one's which. Because I would want to say that the cups are wisdom, but I think the cups are charisma. Though maybe the wisdom is the cups and the charisma is the pentacles, because you could be very charismatic, very giving with pentacles. I don't know. I just know that, like, when I sit down, I have to really, really think about it. I know intelligence is swords, so therefore strength must be wands, but I could see strength being the swords as well. So it's one of those things where I think this is going to be like that, where you kind of have to sit down and prepare yourself mentally for what you're about to see. Now, I do see the number 4 represented in here, with it built the way it is, but I can see issues reading for clients and being like, crap, what card am I looking at? And then, you know, being a little confused. And also, the guidebook doesn't have, like, the pictures of the cards, which honestly doesn't matter to me most of the time. But I think in a deck like this, you know, where you have this, you don't know then, like, you can't go open, and if you, like, were really struggling and you couldn't figure it out, unless you go by number, obviously, which is probably the way that you're supposed to do it, but I just think this could be a little tricky. Not impossible. Not impossible. Something you have to get used to, right? And this is the one I saw on the map. The big map. That one was obvious. Okay. So this would be 6 of Wands, right? Wow. I really am going to have to, like, study and prepare for this. I'm going to have to, like, look at them and be like, okay, this is this card. Do not forget. It makes sense. Like, once I know this is the 6 of Wands, it makes sense. It makes so much sense. But if you didn't know, like, if you just had a random card in a reading, would you know what it was? I don't know. This one's classic. Easy. Perfect. Okay. That one's also kind of classic, too. I could see how it would get very monotonous, though, to, like, you know, keep repeating pictures of wands or something in your map that you would make. Like, it would make the overall, pull it up, it would make this picture look even crazier if, you know, you just had wands everywhere. Like, I think and also it does make the lore a lot harder. So I love the way it's done. I really do. I just think it's something I need to work on. Oh, the art is beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so in love with it. Okay, am I in Page of Wands, right? Oh boy, I really think I'm gonna struggle with these. Like, what if I thought this was the king, you know? Hold on, pull all the courts out. Okay, well that one has a crown, that helps. I don't know. I feel like in a reading I'm not gonna know, you know? Try to say that 5 times fast, right? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna know that in a reading, do you know? Like, that sounds kind of hard. Okay. Is this Ace of Cups then? Right? That's a classic 2 of Cups. That's easy to see. That's easy to know. Okay, the 3, I'm glad there's 3 little cups down there, because if there wasn't, not entirely certain I would recognize it. What was I on? The 3? Okay. This is 4. Okay, I'm glad that I can see the 4 cups. That helps. The 5, honestly, I think would be fine too, because there's, you know, the 3 divots down here and the 2 over there, so it kind of gives you that same energy of the RWS 5 of Cups. So that's helpful. And again, we have little cups depicted. I think that helps a lot, just hiding them somewhere. It's when they're not hidden that I'm not so certain. Like, will I know that this is the 7 of Cups? Because I feel like this is the 7. Like, this is supposed to represent 7, but am I gonna know? I wonder if that's like a puzzle. I don't know. Oh my goodness. An 8 of Cups. Again, the boats representing the cups, but then boats represented wands before, so unless it's the mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 8 mushrooms. I don't know. It's so pretty. Like, I love this, but I just do see possible challenges. Getting cards mixed up. Oh, I like this too. That's so sweet. I like that they're scenes. Oh, that is sweet. Like little rainbow like creature in like a Loch Ness monster, but it's a rainbow. Oh my god, the creatures are so bizarre. This thing is bizarre too. Again, I'm not entirely certain I would know. Like, I don't know if I would know this is the queen. I think it's just like, yep, something you just gotta get used to. The king, though, I feel the kings are mostly obvious. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Hierophant thing, but I think with the Hierophant, at least I know card 5 is like Hierophant. Like, I'm used to memorizing that. If you asked me what card 49 was, I would not know. Off the top of my head, I'd be like, I have no idea. So, Ace of Swords. I like that. That feels like a magical, like the sword and the stone, you know? Two of Swords is very classic as well. I know that there's a decision that has to be made there. Do you keep going that way? Do you veer off? Which path do you take it down here? Multiple decisions. Now I think that was the 2, so this must be the 3, but I wasn't getting 3 of Swords with this. I'm gonna open the guidebook again, because like, maybe there's something that'll help to memorize this one. Graveyard of the Magicians. Here lay the 6 magicians. Oh, the ones that built the city, huh? A tree grows above their graves with 6 arms outstretched toward the heavens. On some nights you can hear the whispers of spells from 6 feet underground. Okay. That's nice, but how do I know that it's the 3 of Swords? Not entirely sure. Love the story. I understand how that correlates with grief, but how will I know when I pull this card that this is the 3 of Swords? Without opening the guidebook, right? Same with the 4 of Swords, I would say. Oh, no. No, I can see swords there. So am I just missing it here? Because, like, you could say that that's a sword and that's a sword, but I'm missing one then. And those were gravestones anyway. I don't know. Okay. 5. I see the little swords down there. Makes me think I'm really missing it. Let me know if it's somewhere on this card, because are there 3 swords drawn in here somewhere? Because I've seen it now in the 4 and the 5, but I'm not seeing it in the 3. And that one's hidden, but you know, there's 6 there. That helps. Though it's not drawn on this one either. Sorry if my head got in the way there for a second. There's like a slight glare from the window. I don't know. I like when it's like subtly hidden. That helps. That helps me a lot. But it's so, so pretty. And I feel like you can really sit with these. Like, you can really sit with the cards, with the story. I honestly want to read this, like, cover to cover now. I might do that after this video. Oh, no! Okay, so that's not... I forgot before. I thought that was the 3 of Swords in the map. It's not. It's the Knight. So it's like some kind of like cloud monster, but it has 3 swords. Oh, no. That's going to be so confusing. Oh no. Okay, I really gotta memorize this. Gotta find a way to like memorize the deck so I don't get confused. Okay. I'm gonna start counting swords, you know, I'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. There's 8 swords, so must be the 8, and then it's like, actually, that's the queen. I think it'll help, though, that the queens are monsters most of the time, and there was ones, it was like a statue, but I feel like they were mostly, like, kind of crazy monsters. That kind of helps. And the kings all have some kind of like palace. That helps so much that they have like some kind of palace or something. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, easy. The 2, there's 2 of them there. Oh my god, look how cute look at the multicoloredness in the art style. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to lay a few down just to see what they look like, you know? I love when they're hidden. It helps so much to figure out what I'm looking at. Oh, that's so cool. I love the portals. I really do. I love portals. It's beautiful. And I like, again, see how they're subtly hidden? That helps. That helps a lot. Again, maybe I'm missing it on the other ones. Maybe I'm crazy, you know? Because it's windows on these. What is this, the 10? I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay. Now it gets harder. Because like now it's 2 buildings. And it's supposed to be the page, the knight, the queen. Queen is obvious. This made it harder because now I'm going to think king because of the structure, because that's what I was thinking in the last ones. So I need to figure some stuff out, apparently. Oops. And then this one's the king. And see, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and get really confused. 14, I think I missed one. I'm gonna get really confused. Okay. And then our little question mark. This is the special card. Fun. So fun, so fun. Okay, I'm going to back the camera out a bit, and we'll touch base on the rest of this deck. Okay, I am running out of daylight. So, yes, I know I need to invest in better equipment. I'm so sorry. I realized the colors were all kind of crazy, so I did turn off the light I had before. I'm going to show this card again just so you can kind of see it with its colors. Here are the backs again. And I might go ahead and just kind of like fan it, pick random cards. Just because I'm sorry if the color like completely changed. So you guys can kind of see it. Okay, so I am going to shuffle it, and then we'll pull a couple cards, so we'll talk about it a little bit. So this is a glossy cardstock. Let's see. Okay, starting to bow, but that's okay. I'll just bow it back the other way. Okay. Yeah, it's it's kind of strange. It's like not really glossy, I guess. I thought it was glossy. It has like it is matte. It's not actually glossy, but it feels kind of like the glossy cards. Oops. I guess we're reading with that one. The fun part is guessing what they are. Okay, it does nicely like this. This is how I shuffle most of the time. All right, put in that one. So let's just pick a few cards, see how they look together, see if I can figure out what they are. Mix it up. Some of them are nice. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Some of them I'm not so certain. Oh, we got the fun card. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put that down, I guess. Okay. Well, I know this one is the 3 of Cups because I had the 3 cups there. That's exciting. I know that one. This one's card 10. So that's what? Wheel of Fortune? And again, I only know it because I know what 10, is. Not entirely certain I would come up with that otherwise. 2 of Wands. That's relatively easy. This one was the page, right, of Pentacles, and I only know that because we just looked at it. If I hadn't just looked at it, I don't think I would guess that right. And same with this. Oh, shoot. That can't be the page, because this is 73. It comes before that. Okay, Queen? Knight, maybe? I don't think it was the king, right? Maybe it was? Okay, and then... okay, and then we have the... What's this? The Six of Swords. That one's fine. This one's the Five of Swords. And, I mean, part of it is because I have this to help, but also I can see the shadows down there and then the regular card. I gotta figure out what the 73 and 74 were, because now I don't know. Okay, 74 was the page. Oh, no. And 73 was the 10. Okay, that's the 10, that's the page. And I think I only got confused about the 10 because I was like, oh, I should count the windows. I only got confused because I saw that one. Okay, hold on. Let's do it again. I'm gonna have to study this. And I shuffled it, so it's like all out of order, right? Oh boy. Okay, I'll just pick some more. Go like that. Okay, Ace, easy. World, easy. By Ace of Wands, by the way. That one was the Six of Wands, right? Six of Wands. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Two of Cups, that's easy. Maybe I'm not doing so bad. Maybe I am doing bad. Turn my phone off. Okay. 62? Wasn't that a queen? Because it was like a monster. Queen of Swords. Okay. Well, that will be interesting. We'll just look at it while I talk about it. I definitely think this is going to take some getting used to, because not all the cards are obvious. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Like I might confuse this with the Tower, but I see 0-4 and I know that's the Emperor. So, and like some of them have obvious wands. I think that's wands, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that the 10 of wands, probably? I don't know. Either way, I think I can see this getting challenging. Like I know this one was challenging. And I do wonder how that's going to impact readings. We'll go to some new ones. But I'm obsessed with the way that this looks. I'm obsessed with the art style. It's beautiful. It's literally gorgeous. And I think this is less busy than Prismavision, so this is easy on my eyes. I can see what's happening. I may not know what the card is at all times, but I can see what's going on in the image, and I feel like I can read with it, and it's not like too messy. Not to say the art style was messy, it's just Prismavision's wasn't for me, right? And I love the colors. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm very happy with it, and it feels beautiful. The guidebook is awesome. I actually love the packaging in this deck. And it has some really cool things to go with it. And what I do love is that there is this little, like, tuck box so I could take it with me if I really wanted to. That's very handy. I think I just need to sit with it a bit longer and figure out what I'm going to do about those cards where it wasn't entirely obvious what the correct card was. You know, where like the number can help you in the guidebook, but when you're doing an intuitive reading, I don't want to have to go to the guidebook. And I also am not used to going to guidebooks. But overall, it's probably one of the most luxurious decks that I have. And I mean, I think it's going to be beautiful on tabletops when I read for clients. I think it's going to be fun to read for myself. It's just something that I need to take out the cards that I don't understand and really sit with them and memorize them so that way I will know whenever I do a reading with someone. Because the last thing I want is to have a client reading and then give them the entirely wrong card and then the whole reading's messed up. Because I just couldn't read it right. So, yeah, I think I just need to sit with it for a bit. But overall, very, very happy with this deck. It's beautiful. It wowed me so much. Unboxing this was a whole moment, and I was obsessed. I adored it. And I'm excited to kind of like dive into it. And I will touch back. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I never showed you this side. This is probably the front of it. I opened it from this way. I'm very excited to try this deck out and to read with it and report back on what the readings are like and if the challenges persisted or if it got better after I just kind of memorized which cards are which. And I am doing I have a few new things in my practice now, so hopefully that video will come out soon. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. If you guys got this deck, let me know what your thoughts are on it. And honestly, if you have any of James's decks, like, let me know what your thoughts are and if I should be looking into them, because I haven't. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and until next time, I will catch you later.